Hey there, I'm Teresa. Welcome back to Lost My Thread. Today I'm going to be looking back on my Chicago holiday capsule wardrobe and talking about what went well and what I do differently next time. I think it probably is a bit of a prerequisite if you want to know a little bit more of what I'm talking about to have a look at the intro video I did for this capsule wardrobe. I'll put a link to it up here and you can either watch it now or just add it to a cart to watch later. But in that video I got into quite a lot of detail about the items that I chose and why I chose them. But I had a 2-week holiday in Chicago and I wanted to try to minimize the amount of stuff that I was packing, but I did want to be able to have some options while I was there. I feel like it all came together pretty well. There were only 2 items of clothing that I didn't wear in the end, and that was really more weather related than anything else. The first one I'm wearing because I wanted to show you that I do really love this top. I just didn't get an opportunity to wear it there. This is the Toaster Sweater 2 by Sew House 7 in a really beautiful apricot colored cotton interlock fabric. It's not super heavyweight, it is a pretty light sweatshirt, so I felt like it would work pretty well even if it wasn't too cold in Chicago. But honestly, it was hot pretty much the entire time I was there, so I just really didn't have the opportunity to pull it out. The other thing I didn't get an opportunity to wear for similar reasons was my Chi-Town chinos. These are a really nice, lightweight cotton twill fabric, really bright and fun, red vibrant color. We've got some cute welt detail pockets on the back. I do feel like these are nice and, like I said, pretty lightweight, so I thought they'd be pretty good for the trip. Had we had one more cooler day, I would have 100% worn them, but I was pretty much sweating the majority of the time that I was there, and it just wasn't a very attractive option to wear trousers. With that in mind, I don't feel like I regret the choices that I made as far as taking these 2 items that I didn't wear. I know that the weather can really fluctuate and it can get pretty cold in the evenings, and I would have really regretted being freezing cold in the evening without anything to put on. I would much rather have had those things and not actually needed them. I am going to run through briefly what I did wear each day and show you a little bit of footage of what that looked like. If you do want more details, you want to know what kind of fabrics, where I got them from, pattern companies and all that stuff, it will be down in the description box down below. I just want to do a quick whiz through to talk through what I paired together and how it worked. Day 1 was a travel day, so I had a bit more to consider. In addition to thinking about the weather in London when I was leaving, I had to think about the weather in Chicago when I was going to arrive, but also thinking about the fact that planes tend to be pretty chilly with the air conditioning in my experience, and also I wanted to be able to just be physically comfortable because I was going to be sitting for long periods of time. So I thought either trousers or a longer skirt. I decided to go ahead and go with my longer skirt, my patty pocket skirt, and pairing that with my super basic tank, my aqua color super basic tank, and then over the top I had my Pona jacket. I feel like they looked really cool together. I love that combination, and if it was warm when we got to Chicago, which it was, I could take that jacket off and I still feel like it was a really cool together outfit as it was. The extra added benefit of that skirt being quite long and quite full is that when I was on the plane, I could cross my legs, pull my feet up on the chair, and still feel really comfortable. As far as footwear, I had thought I was going to tell you all about my footwear throughout this trip, but honestly, I just wore flip-flops every single day. It was too hot to wear anything other than flip-flops, so I'm not going to get into that for every day, but essentially I wore these pretty much most of the time. I did also make sure that I had some socks for the plane because my feet can get pretty cold, and so I brought my own knitted I'm So Basic sock, and that was a fun combo, I would say, as far as the colors. I felt like it made some kind of sense together, and I felt pretty together for the trip. On day 2, I wore my Byrdie Button Up dress, and I decided to have something to layer over the top for the morning. I was a little bit cooler early in the day. I didn't end up keeping this on the whole time, but it was good to have that option when I was a bit cooler. So I put the Blackwood cardigan over the top, and I felt like they worked really well together. That cardigan, as you'll see, goes really well with all kinds of outfits, and it was great with this dress. I also had the bag that I wore pretty much every single day, which is the Hillside Tote by Noodlehead Patterns. I love this bag. Like I said, it goes with so much. It's really hard wearing. It's a nice cotton canvas fabric. It's got this really cute design with the little plant peeps, the little ladies poking through the leaves on this fabric, and I really liked pairing that with most of the things that I wore on this trip. On day 3, I wore my Freya top. I was conscious that the hot weather was coming and this was going to probably be my last opportunity to wear something with a slightly longer sleeve. And I paired this together with my Chi-Town chino shorts, my little cutoffs, and I thought they looked really cute together. I do really like that as a combination. In the evening, it did actually get pretty chilly. It was pretty breezy, which was great to not feel too hot, but I did have to put a little bit more on. So I decided to put on my Jenny overalls, which is one that I know pairs really well with this top. I know that it's a little bit dark in this video just because I didn't have great lighting in my parents' bedroom or the spare bedroom that we were sleeping in. It was the best I could do, but you know that that is a pine green and a navy blue, and they do look really cute together. Day 4 was really pretty hot. I think that was when the heat started to particularly kick in, I would say. And I was wearing my Brea Tee with the little monsters all over it, paired with my City Gym shorts. I do like that detail on the side of the City Gym shorts, so you have that crossover section where it's curved at the side of that hem. I think it's a really cute detail, but these two were really fun together. The colors really popped, and that was really cool to wear in the daytime. By the time the evening came, I did feel a little bit cooler, and I decided that I was going to put on my Journey Raglan hoodie, which is a fun contrast. The colors I think all work really well together in a really vibrant way, and I think the stripes just really pop against those two fabrics. On day 5, I wore my Zadie jumpsuit. It was definitely a very hot day that day, but this is made in a viscose lawn fabric, which is super lightweight, and I really didn't feel hot in it. It was very comfortable. I surprised myself, to be honest, especially because it was black. I was worried that I might end up absorbing the heat of the sun a little bit too much, but it was really comfortable to wear, and I'm so glad that I took that one with me. It feels so beautiful and so elegant and so chic and super comfortable. On day 6, I wore my Farris jumpsuit, which is in a really beautiful viscose linen blend floral fabric. I love the look of this fabric. I know everyone who sees it pretty much says the same. It's absolutely gorgeous fabric and so nice to work with. But it was also a really good one to wear when it was hot. Because it's short sleeve, I didn't get too hot in the upper body, but the legs are quite wide. It's a wide leg trouser, so there was quite a lot of air movement through. And because it's a viscose linen fabric, it was really breathable as well. So overall, this one was a great one to wear. Even when it was hot, I felt really comfortable. So I'm so glad that I took this one as well. On day 7, I took a little road trip to visit my best friend who's moved a few hours outside of Chicago. I wanted to have something that would be comfortable to wear in the car, but also I knew that where I was going was actually supposed to be hotter than Chicago. You get a bit of a lake effect from Lake Michigan, that it's a bit cooler than it will be moving further out of the city. And it was definitely hotter where we went to. So I was glad that I had my Bardon Dress. This is one of my favorite dresses to wear in the hot weather, so I prioritized this one for a day when I knew I wanted to keep myself nice and comfortable. Because of the full gathered tiers on there as well, it's just extremely comfortable to wear. I was gonna meet my friend's little 2-year-old boy for the first time, and I wanted to be able to play around with him, and I did, and it was really comfortable and really fun, obviously. But this was a really cute one and really, really comfortable. Day 8, I was wearing my Basic Instinct tee. This is my Taco Love t-shirt, and I paired that with my Chi-Town chinos. I love the vibrant color of these chinos, and there are little elements of that color in the t-shirt, so it's really fun to get to play those off of each other. And then I also have my Journey Raglan hoodie again to wear, and that was just because we actually spent quite a lot of time indoors where it's air conditioned, and I was finding myself surprisingly cold the first day we were visiting my friend, so I wanted to make sure that I had an option to layer up if I was getting a little bit cooler at times. On day 9, I had my super basic tank again in that petrol blue. I did do some laundry when I was at my parents' house before we went to visit my friend, and that was just because I was doing a bit of tie-dye and I needed to tie-dye or wash some of the tie-dyed stuff, and I wanted to put similar colors together. It was blues and greens, so I decided to chuck this in the wash as well, just to avoid doing too empty of a washing machine load. But it did mean that I was able to wear this top again, and I think it was a fun one to get to pair with my cami skirt. I really do like these two colors together. I feel like blue and brown, there's something about that it really brings out the orange in the brown, I feel like, and I think it looked really cool together. This one I also had my Blackwood cardigan that I could layer over the top of that as well, and this is another combo I really do love together. I think the skirt and the top and the cardigan look really cool. On day 10, we were back in Chicago and we actually took a trip to the Art Institute of Chicago. I wanted to make sure that I wasn't going to be too cold because I know they do tend to crank the air conditioning. I'm sure it helps with keeping all the paintings and everything in a good state. But I thought this was a really fun one to pair together. I think this is probably my favorite combination of the trip. I love the Adrian blouse with this patty pocket skirt. I think they look super cute together. I felt just really beautiful and together, and it seemed like the right kind of thing to go to an art gallery. Funnily enough, we did also see some quilted art, which I talked a little bit about in a previous video, which I'll link to if you want to check it out, because some incredible Bisa Butler hand quilted art that you do want to see if you haven't seen it already. But they use some, or she used some Ankara or Dutch wax print fabric, African wax print fabric in a lot of the artwork that she did. And I happened to be wearing an Ankara print skirt. Not knowingly, that was just a coincidence, but it turned out to be a happy accident. But it was a really great outfit to be able to wear, and like I said, I didn't feel too cold in the air conditioning. It was really comfortable. It was very hot that day though, so after we got back home, I was going to be going out to meet some of my cousins in the evening, and it was definitely too hot to keep wearing what I was wearing because we were going to most likely be sitting outside at a restaurant. So I changed the top part only, and I changed into my other super basic tank. This has a kind of orangey red tone to it, which I felt like did bring out some of the colors in that skirt as well. I feel like one of the great things about this skirt is it has quite a lot of colors on it. So as long as you can match one of those to the top, you can pair it with so many different things. So I wore those two together and I think it looked really cute. Because I only wore that top for a few hours in the evening, I decided I could get away with wearing it the following day as well. So I wore the same top, but this time paired with my cami skirt. And I think those two are a really fun combo as well. Definitely in the warmer shades, but I think they look really cute together. On day 12, I wore my Matilda dress, which is another one of my favorite hot weather dresses. This one is made in a cotton lawn fabric, which is super lightweight, and you basically barely feel like you're wearing anything at all, which is the best feeling when it's really hot and sticky. This one is also a lot of fun because it's got this cute print going on it, and I decided I wanted to have another thing to layer over the top because we were going out to dinner in the evening to a supper club, and supper clubs in my experience can be pretty chilly as well. So I threw on that Blackwood cardigan again, and surprise, surprise, it worked really well, and it was a cute combo. Day 13, another repeat. So this is one of the tops that I washed when we did a bit of laundry. I got my Brea Tee back again with the monster print, and this time I paired it with the Chi-Town chinos. I do really love these colors together as well. I feel like they're really fun and vibrant and really pop, and it was a really cool outfit. I feel like it's definitely a bit 80s, a bit modern, and it was fun to wear. On day 14, I paired together my Basic Instinct t-shirt, so my Taco Love t-shirt, which I had washed, got to wear again, but this time I paired it with my City Gym shorts, which is a combo I hadn't done before actually, and there is some orange in the top, so I was able to mix and match that pretty easily, and I feel like it worked well. As far as the style, I do think they're really cool together, and these are both free patterns as well, so definite bonus. And finally, another travel day, so I did have to think a bit more about what I wanted to wear. This time I decided to wear my Farris jumpsuit in that beautiful viscose linen fabric. I felt like trousers are another good option for a plane because I can cross my legs, bring my feet up, all that kind of thing, but also because it's a lighter weight and cooler fabric, I wouldn't necessarily get too hot in Chicago before we left. I wore it with my Pona jacket, which did look really cool layered over the top and also kept me nice and cozy on the plane. When I was planning for this vacation wardrobe, I was a little bit unsure about how much I needed to take as far as tops and dresses. Some things I could wear more than once, and I was hoping that I could do a little bit of just spot cleaning, washing things under the arms, anywhere they particularly needed it, and then wear these tops a different day. But it was so hot in Chicago. You do not need me to tell you, when I've given you an idea of what the temperatures were like, there's no way I was going to wear any of those tops or dresses more than one day in a row without washing them. It was just way too hot. And so in the end, I did feel like I'd wished I'd brought some more tops just so that way I didn't have to do laundry partway through, or alternatively, just know that I'm doing laundry and then take less overall. I feel like for me in the future though, I would probably want to do a pretty similar kind of capsule, but just have those few extra tops. Mainly because it's nice to be able to wear all those me-mades that I don't usually get to show my family and friends. And yeah, just wearing them in a different place in the wild is a lot of fun as well. The other thing that I found particularly useful to have were upper layers that I could put on over something that I was wearing in the daytime when it got a bit cooler in the evening, or if we were going into somewhere a bit air conditioned. So I didn't necessarily know if I was more likely to want to change into my overalls or my trousers, but on the whole, if I was just going to be popping out and knowing it might get a bit chilly, it was always easier to have something that I could just throw over the top on my top half. So I'll remember that in the future because I feel like those were some of my most used and useful items to have. I think looking at all of the outfits and all the clothes that I have, I do really love the palette that I put together. It was really fun and vibrant and summery feeling to me, and I really enjoyed bringing all those different bright colors together. It felt like a really nice summery, vacation-y, cool, carefree wardrobe. There are things that I probably would have liked to have tried as combinations together, and I probably would have liked to wear that Pona jacket a bit more as well. But you know, it all just very much came down to what I was wearing on the day, what the weather was doing on the day. And the key was I had the options, I had the flexibility, and I definitely was able to get what I needed out of the wardrobe that I brought. So on the whole, I would call it a success. I had debated whether or not I would class it as a capsule wardrobe, seeing as I wasn't doing a huge amount of mixing and matching necessarily, largely because I didn't want to have to do laundry while I was visiting. But I do feel like I did do quite a lot of bringing different elements together, and I felt like I got a little bit of a toe into the full capsule. Not a proper capsule wardrobe, but it made me feel excited to do that in the future. Like I said, I think my favorite combo has got to be that Adrian blouse with the patty pocket skirt. I feel like those work so well together, and I'm really looking forward to wearing them together in the future as well. But I would love to hear what you thought worked. What were some outfits that you particularly liked? Any that you didn't particularly think worked? It's all good. It's good to get that feedback, help me do a little bit of planning in the future. And I would also love to hear if you are considering doing something similar yourself so that I can just get a little bit of suggestions and see how it goes for you as well. I would also love to hear just what you thought about the items that I brought in general, so how the different styles work together, the color palette, how you felt that the capsule looked just in and of itself. I am always so grateful for those of you who are subscribed to my channel. If you're watching and you're not already subscribed, please do consider hitting that subscribe button to make sure that you see more of my videos. Everyone who did enjoy this video, you know I always really appreciate if you give me a like as well down below. It just boosts me up in the YouTube feed so that other people can check me out as well. I've got lots more videos coming all the time, and I hope you'll be there to see me. I'll see you soon. Bye!